God, I got some fabulous information to share with you guys. Speaking of sharing, please, if you join the chat, do share this live stream link in all of our Telegram chats, please. I don't want nobody to really miss out on this, okay? Now, you guys know I've been speaking about, the next big thing, right? Like, the shroom boom, rather, is what I'm calling it. And I gave you guys reasons on why I'm led to believe this thing is going to blow up. If we saw similar trends that happened in the past, I'm seeing those same trends develop as I speak right now. And you know me, I like to hop onto it first. I like to set the trend. I don't like to go do it when it becomes popular, because then you're too late and you're going to get, incremental gains. And we're not about incremental gains over here. We're about orders of magnitude like gains. And in order to receive order like magnitude gains, you need to go and get into this thing first. You need to seek out things before other people agrees that it's valuable. Okay, if everybody already agrees something is valuable and then you got to go buy it, the price has already 10, 20, 30x. Okay, so the name of the game is to get into it first before the crowd hits it. All right, and we like to attack it first. You guys know that in crypto, in the metaverse, whatever that is. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you guys, I visited this place and I didn't know what to expect. I was thinking that I was going to go meet some guy, in some random building in a cubicle. That could not be further from the truth. And do smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. I don't really want to get too far ahead of myself here. I want some people to join in, because then I'm going to have to pretty much repeat myself. So let me just kind of still brush up on the specifics here. We got Sergeant Crypto saying preach with the fire emojis. I really do appreciate you for joining, guys. This is just a live stream that I thought I'll get out there. It is a Saturday. Most of you guys should be home, so I should be able to get most of your attention. Do share the link once again. And by the way, I'm drinking coffee after so long. Do smash the likes. As the title suggests, and by the way, this is a legal company, okay? I have to make this known. Most of these products are not legal right now these products rather aren't really legal in most countries, is how I should phrase it, okay? But that soon will change, and we're seeing scientific study showing that, and we also saw states in America already legalize it, okay? So it's not even my opinion, it's a fact. Right? That's what you guys need to truly understand with this here. We're gearing up for something, a new industry, and I'm all about emerging industries, especially emerging industries that I believe in. Why am I in crypto? Because back in 2017, I thought it was going to be an emerging industry, and it was something that I believed in. Something where we should be able to hold our own funds, we should be able to be our own bank, we should be able to have our own Swiss bank account in our wallet, in our pocket, which is our hardware wallet. Right? I was a firm believer in that. And when I got into that, I wouldn't say it was still emerging in 2017. If I didn't take action in 2017, fast forward today, I wouldn't be a millionaire. And I am a millionaire. So I'm not saying this is going to turn me into a millionaire, but I definitely see signs for success and profits. Like, y'all smell that? I smell money. That's what I smell. I smell some damn profits, okay, guys? Now, I will carry on. I got some of the products here. And again, bro, look, I want to make this crystal clear, okay? I got some of the products right here. I want to make this very crystal clear. I ain't promoting shit all to anybody, okay? This is not what I'm doing here. I got another one here. This is the bad boy right here. I'm not promoting anything to you guys. I'm showing you guys how to expand your mind. I'm showing you guys how to think outside of the box. I'm showing you guys how to look for opportunities in other areas. That's the name of the game. When the first time you heard of Bitcoin, the first time you heard of crypto, the first time you heard of a distributed ledger technology, which is the blockchain, you probably didn't really care as much. And then you saw people were talking about it more and more and more. And then you start to care, and then you got it, right? Anything new will be misunderstood, and that's human psychology. I get that. But luckily, you guys have subscribed to the Smart Money channel, okay? So you already fucking won. So let's get right to the damn freaking topic at hand. So, I actually tried the microdosing, capsule already, and I have to admit, guys, you know me, I'm a straight shooter. I'm gonna say if it's crap or if it's not. There's countless videos on YouTube. There's countless online literature articles talking about this as well, the amount of benefits that it has. But for me to actually invest into something, I have to walk the walk, just like crypto, right? I gotta actually be involved. Well, the same is true for this. So I first tried out their product. And I was having issues with my mental clarity. I was having issues with my cognitive enhancement, things like that. And I decided to take this route, and it also helps with things with anxiety and depression. So I tried it out, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, this thing got me so damn motivated once again. Okay, it really helped. It lifted me up, and I was ready to take on the day. I was able to articulate my thoughts much clearer, and I really seek the benefits, right? Seeing the benefits in this, and I want to seek further. So I contacted the company and I asked them. I'm giving you guys a story from the top. I contacted the company and it blew my mind. Let me take this off. It blew my mind. I was in awe. I was amazed with the results. I think I told you guys I tried a different one too that had the was it the bee pollen in it too, which is another product which is crazy as well. So once again, we're talking about mushrooms, we're talking about functional mushrooms, and we're talking about psychoactive mushrooms here, okay? Now, once I got a hold of the co-founder, one of the founders rather, and I asked him, I said, hey man, look, how long has your company been existed for? He said about just under 2 years. I said, do you have like an investment opportunity here? I want to know a little bit more about your company, your revenues, your business plan, so on and so forth. And he said, yes, absolutely. It's so ironic that you asked this because we are conducting a seed round right now. And bro, let me tell you, man, my dick got hard. My dick got hard. Like I popped the instant boner. Like that was music to my ears. So we scheduled a meeting which took place yesterday. Now, as I arrived to this facility, this plaza, again, I was expecting a dingy door with like a cubicle and a guy sitting in there. So I got there half an hour earlier and I was chilling in my Escalade V series, waiting for time to go down. And, you know, as I was waiting for time to go down, the building, which was called Float Valley, right? That was the name of the building. And I was like, that has nothing to do with Neurodose, which is the name of the company. And I just saw people going in, people coming out, people going in, people coming out. And I was like, what the hell? Okay, so this guy got a lot of business. Sure enough, you know, it was about 5 minutes to the time I had to see them. I walked into the door and I saw like just everyone's shoes was like off and people were walking in their socks. And the building smelled very nice and clean, almost like it was like a health and wellness building. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, am I in the right place? So I asked the receptionist, I said, hey, can I speak to Liam? It's like, yeah, Liam's in the back. So I'm like, okay, I am in the right place. Wasn't expecting to see that. It was a quite large building as well. So Liam came out, which is one of the founders, and he, you know, shook my hand, he introduced himself. We started to chit-chat a little bit. You know, and I asked him various questions, you know, and they showed me paperwork as well. I said, hey, what is your revenue like? Right? Like how much revenue are you making? And they told me they're making about 15 to 20% every month increase. It's increasing by 15 to 20%. Sure enough, I went to the books and they're showing some paperwork, some paper trails, and it did marry up. You know, so that was pleasing to know that how there's not only interest in this, they're converting sales. That's the number one thing you need to really look at. And then I went on to carry on and I asked him, I said, hey, how many investors are there right now? They got a bunch of meetings next week. So he can't really tell me that, you know, maybe after in 2 months from now, when it's finished, the round's finished, or maybe 3 months, then they'll have an accurate answer for me. That's also important. What this company is selling is equity. Okay, we're talking about big boy shit. We're not talking about tokens. Tokens, what's the utility of the token? Oh, it sucks. Oh, it has no utility. Bro, when you invest into tokens, don't get me wrong, obviously we can make millions off that, but you don't own shit of the company. You need to understand that. Big boy shit is owning equity. So we're talking about owning, like literally owning the company or part of the company, right? That's where real wealth is, happens when you own equity, right? You guys probably know equity from homes, you know, your house equity. Well, the same is true for a business. Operating businesses has equity. So that's what we're talking about over here. So basically, yeah, you know, I spoke with them, whatever. They wanted to give me a tour. This guy sent me to like a couple of rooms. The first room, he had an infrared sauna. High-end freaking ass machine. Infrared sauna. When you use that, apparently people were using that to combat COVID. They didn't even take the shot. It reproduces red blood cells. It's like a super, like, it's really hot, but it's not like a steam sauna. And like, dude, it was like, I'm telling you, they spent at least probably $250K on that alone. Then they took me to another room, right? I swear to God, I felt like if I was in a spaceship. Like, I was just like, what the hell? Like, just, I wasn't expecting that. As I said, I was expecting to see a corporate building. It was just some dude. But it was far more advanced than that. They took me to another room with another product, equipment called an ozone sauna. Like some next level shit. You know, that's like the more advanced to the infrared sauna, right? And like, man, it was like this thing was inclined, had jets everywhere, like for back pain, for this, for that, for everything. All the different ailments that people are suffering. Suffering from. And I actually got a cold when I came back from Jamaica, so I do do apologize if you hear me coughing. Then they took me to another room, and this room had something called an isolation tank. Joe Rogan, if you guys watch Joe Rogan podcast, he uses his isolation tank, I think, once a day for 2 hours, okay? And he does psychedelics as well, by the way, Joe Rogan, you know, and he ain't no stupid guy. So I seen all of these things. I seen the clients. We went back to sit down in the room where we first were, and this one girl came out, and like she was using one of the, I think it was the ozone saunas, and she was just absolutely ecstatic. She looked at them, she's like, oh my God, my back pain is like not even hurting as much anymore. Like I feel it instantly, blah, blah, blah. And we're not even talking about these things. She didn't even do these things. She did more like the physical wellness, side of things, which tells me what? They are already operating a successful business that is an emergent industry in itself. Okay? Right? It's called float therapy. Right? It's not as popular as all these other things, but it is. But it's on the rise, is what I mean. So that blew my mind. So now we start again to these things here. Now, what you're looking at here is psilocybin. This is a psilocin, which is a compound in psilocybin. Okay, psilocybin is derives from mushrooms, which has fungus on it, or fungi, and in the fungi has psilocybin, and in the psilocybin it has psilocin. Psilocin is what gives you all of these, altered states of consciousness. It provides, it binds with your serotonin, and serotonin has everything to do with your mood. Whether you're depressed, whether you're happy, all these things. People who are taking antidepressants, they're on that stuff. Okay, guys, I can tell you right now, I done it, and it's next level shit. It's next level shit. You got to do your own research on it. The people who are now joining, you guys missed out a ton of information. I highly recommend you go back and check it out from there. So this is the psilocin. Now, I am not about investing into illegal companies. Now, the title says 30K into 300K. Yes, listen, the reason why I like this company, I got to repeat this for the people who are now joining, is because they are legal. They are legally selling psilocin, which is a compound that gives you the benefits. Now, it's so ironic because in Canada, psilocybin, right? Think of a whole mushroom like this. This is the mushroom, right? Like this is the cap and this is the stem, right? So in this entire thing combined, you have psilocybin with psilocin and fungus, right? Now, all of those things combined is illegal here for now, but legislation is going to pass very soon. Like it already passed in Oregon. It's legal in Oregon and it's legal in freaking Colorado. And just like we saw with cannabis, that happened first, and Canada took place and also passed legislation. I know that's going to happen. Okay. But all of these things combined is illegal. But if you could extract the psilocin, which is the compound that matters the most, okay, it's legal in Canada. Now, I don't know if this is legal in any part of the world, maybe certain other countries, but not in most states. But in my country, yes, it is. I know in Netherlands too, it's legal as well. I got a lot of people watching me from Netherlands. Okay, so what this company did was they're so fucking smart. They extracted the psilocin, which is the most important compound, and then in a laboratory, it's all controlled and everything, regulated and everything. It passes all. Over here, we don't call it the FDA. It's another organization, and they pass that, and they're able to sell this. So these guys right now are the market leaders, okay? Now, when I read this pack, it says neurodose, psilocin microdose. Each capsule contains 1 milligram of 4-ACO-DMT, a psilocin prodrug which can promote cognitive flexibility, creativity, and improve mental health. Now, I'm telling you guys right now, bro, nobody's paying me to fucking say this, okay? Like, I don't give a fuck, like it's probably illegal where you're from. How the fuck could you even buy it? I'm just trying to show you guys what you could expect to see in your country, maybe like a year or 2, 3 down the road. My country, I'm probably going to see this within the next year and a half. Go fully legal. Okay, just like we saw cannabis. This is all I'm telling you guys, and this is something I'm super excited about, not only because I did it and I've seen the benefits it has had on me mentally, and cordyceps mushrooms, which is another product here, has massive benefits for you physically and on your lungs as well. I had so much more stamina when I was working on my kettlebells. I lost a lot of weight too. So I gotta talk about things that I actually believe in and I actually try to, okay? And there's a massive investment opportunity as well, okay? So, fuck, man, all around, mentally, physically, and if you do a hero dose, we're talking about spiritually now, but financially, that's value all around for everyone, bro. Why not talk about that, And we're all about investing over here too, okay? So we got that one. So this one here now is something called functional mushrooms. What does that mean? Functional mushrooms are mushrooms that does not have a psychoactive component to it. Oh, mother ass. There goes a car. Doesn't have a psychoactive compound to it or a buzz. Like coffee. Coffee is a psychoactive drug. The most widely used psychoactive drug. You drink it and it gives you some energy and you can think better, and people like to do it before they go to work, right? It improves their, their daily lives. So Functional mushrooms does not have that. Functional mushrooms, though, just like maybe your organic medicine, it will give you other benefits without feeling anything, right? So this one in particular, right, says this: functional mushrooms blend, and I tried this one, lion's mane mushroom, which is a brain power freaking damn mushroom, okay? It actually promotes, science fucking proved that it promotes neurons, neurogenesis, and it actually develops larger brain cells that last longer, and your memory recall is on point. Your cognitive enhancement has increased by like 35%, if not more in some cases. Okay, that's crazy in itself. They also mix it with another functional mushroom called cordyceps mushroom, which is what athletes use. Google it yourself, man. Do your own research, just like we see in crypto. Cordyceps mushrooms, okay? Highly powerful stuff, okay? They also stack with reishi mushrooms, which is great for your heart. Siberian ginseng and bee pollen, okay? Dude, I did this and I went live, remember I told you guys, and the bee pollen, it did give me a little scratchy thing in my throat, but boys, I felt like freaking like me again. I really did, you know? So this one here now is something that, you know, people can access because this is legal. You know, this doesn't have any psychoactive components to it. So let's read the back. Each capsule contains 200 milligram lion's mane, 200 milligram of cordyceps mushrooms, 100 milligram of reishi, 100 milligram of Siberian ginseng, and 100 milligram of bee pollen, which promotes flow states. Flow states is pretty much when like for me, especially when I'm doing presentations, when I'm talking on camera, you want to be able to have a flow state, right? You want to be able to like carry on with your thoughts and go on and whatever. Increase creativity and improves mental health. 1 or 2 capsules, okay? I got something right here. This one is some next shit, bro. We're going to talk about that just now. So, once again, before I get to the live chat, do smash the like buttons, guys. I get it. I get it. You guys are like, yo, what is TCL talking about right now? I get it, bro. This is the thing. I'll repeat this one last time. You have to see value in things before other people see value. And we could talk about strictly the investing side of things, but why talk about the investing side of things if you don't know what the fuck you're investing into? So I need to break this down for you guys. And I know people got short-term memories. So I'm like, oh, fuck this. They're going to miss out on an opportunity. They're going to miss out on some crazy knowledge that I'm spitting right now like I always do from the mobile freaking college call my car. Okay, and that's fine. Just take a little bit of time after this live stream and you guys do your own research and you will be able to find out the same things that I am speaking of. But I highly recommend you guys are going to have to do it yourself too to really become, you know, a firm believer in this, right? Right? So again, there's no sense talking about investing if you don't know what you're investing in. You guys need to understand that. Like in crypto, like, hey, just can I get in? I just want to put it in. You don't care about, you know, finding out what the project is about, and people get wrecked. The same is true for this. You know, when we're talking about equity too, guys, like, man, I'm telling you guys right now, when I'm going to invest $30,000 into this company after I see their business plan, and when Canada passes legislation, I could expect to see a 10x, 300K. Right? That's what I expect to see. And then once that passes legislation, they're actually going to have the organic mushrooms from the ground. Okay, which is just going to bring them so much more sales because that's what people want, essentially. But again, right now that aspect of it is illegal here, and I'm not about investing into illegal companies, and they're not about promoting illegal products. There's a lot of illegal companies online in Canada that are selling these magic mushrooms, and you know, and even buildings in British Columbia. There's a shit ton of them, and that's another province all the way on the other side of the country from where I am, and even downtown Toronto. And what would happen is, you know, the police would come, they would raid them pretty much, take away everything or shut them down, and then the next day they pop back up again and the police doesn't care. Same thing I saw with cannabis in the past. So this will become legal here. Everybody agrees on this. It's not even an opinion, it's a consensus at this point. Okay? And I'm on the forefront of this shit, just like I'm always am. You know, and you guys would see. So yeah, that's a little bit about that, and I'm going to save this product here and tell you guys about this one soon. And I've never tried this one. He literally gave this to me to go. He says, try, this is his favorite one that he does. And let me see who's up in the house. We do have Sergeant Crypto says, preach. Thank you for joining. First one here. Point to Ponder. Yo, TCL. What's up, Point to Ponder? How are you doing? Best crypto channel. Hey, best crypto / investing channel now. Right? Honestly, my channel, I should change it from the crypto lifestyle to like the knowledge lifestyle. The life researcher lifestyle. Right? I happened to find crypto, like I would say in a somewhat early phase in 2017. It was, I mean, 2013 was really early when I first heard about it. But me, I'm all about a life researcher, bro. I want to find the truth. I want to find value, and I want to share with people, bro. That's how I've always been. I've always been about sharing people. Like when I used to live in Trinidad, like a third world country, when I was a little kid, my dad used to drop me off KFC for lunch, and that was a big deal, bro. Like, and it tastes really good too. And all the other kids that were poor in Trinidad, like my dad was a businessman, he made some money, but and then he went broke, and then we all went broke, and it was really hard times. But so I saw it all. But I just share my freaking chicken with people, bro. Just like split it up with them. And you know, when I grow up now, I'm sharing my allocation with everybody. I just share knowledge with people, bro. Some people tell me to shut my damn mouth because I talk too much and that's not good for business. I don't believe that. I believe in putting out goodwill to people in the universe, and it's going to come back to you 100 times, man, 100 times more. And that's why I'm a millionaire today. That's how I truly believe it, you know? So it is what it is. What's happening, TCL fam? How you doing, Ras Polymer? I hope you're taking in the info. Do smash the like buttons, guys. Shroom season, shroom boom. I hear that. What's up, Crypo? If you guys got any questions, I could take some now, and then I'll get back to this one here. Hey guys, good to see you after months. Yes, sir, Jazzer. Good to see you as well. Silva keeps on like leaving messages and deleting them. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he was sexting and I don't know, he accidentally sent that to us. I don't know. Ras Palmer. Silver's like, yes, I take it in the bum. I'm joking. Then he goes, oh shit, wrong chat. Ras says, got into nootropics 3 years ago, emerging but still in the gray. Regarding laws on it, which is frustrating. Which country is that, by the way? We got Thomas says, smash them likes, guys. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I have been away this year. Are we still active in Telegram? Well, Telegram is there. Yeah. I mean, obviously, you know, it's not as active how it once was, but you know, you could still message there and, you know, chit chat. Yo, who's this Instagram guy, man? Just freaking ban him. I don't know what he's spamming. Okay. People are hibernating their BHPs. Pretty much. The office, my friend has SU Farm. SU Farm? Oh, Shrooms Farm? Listen, man, I ain't gonna lie. This might be a business for the functional mushroom side for me to get into, to look for growers, have them grow, and maybe even build my own product, because it's something that I truly believe in, man. Straight up, like the functional mushroom side of things, right? Okay, cool. So let me get back to this one now. So this product here, guys, experience your truest self, right? So this is 1P, and I'm probably going to lose a lot of people here, 1P LSD microdose kit, okay? This is the legal one. LSD also comes from fungi. Just like magic mushrooms has fungi or fungus, LSD also comes from that. So it comes from the earth. It's not man-made pharmaceutical chemical, and you know, that these guys are trying to profit. Guys, these things are a people drug, not a profit drug. They're fucking cheap. They're cheap as shit, and you don't need a lot of it to get the benefits, right? Guys, look, go to YouTube right now, put in like magic mushrooms, microdose, you know, review or something, and look at the comment section of all of these videos. So many people talk about how it changed their lives because they were going through this, they were going through that, you know, post-traumatic syndrome, Navy veterans, Army veterans, what have you, went to war, they're all fucked up, they're on antidepressants, it got them worse. They did this, one dose cured them. Okay, guys, you know? It's crazy. So again, it's not me speaking of this alone. It's people who were going through some trauma, who were healed from this medicine, who are also speaking about this. That's what's very important about this. So this one now is improved mental health, creativity and energy, productivity and focus, improved relationships, athletic coordination, promotes flow states. Now, I've not done this. I'm not going to lie. I also have the stigma of LSD, of being this like, you know, weird, bad thing. But after researching it, it's very similar to psilocybin mushrooms in terms of it comes from fungus. Right? So I might be open-minded to that for sure. And I'm going to definitely test it out as well. The guy, the founder, did tell me that how he finds that how the LSD one component is actually works much better for him than the psilocybin, right? But I can only speak for what I have used myself. Okay. Again, if I'm going to invest into something, I have to be using it. I have to not only researching it is not enough. I got to see what the product really is. And the best way to do that is by consuming it, essentially. Right? Like that's how serious I am when it comes to money, you know? So once again, yes, by the way, A lot of people, not a lot of people, but people were asking about if they could invest. And again, I'm not doing this for you guys to invest. Like, you guys do what you want to do. But you asked a question in the chat, right? I think it was Rob. And I did ask them just when I was leaving if they were to, as international investors are allowed. And they both looked at each other and they agreed. They said, yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. Okay. So the website, if you guys just want to go check them out, I mean, you can just see the products in more depth, is neurodose.ca. neurodose.ca. Check them out and see what's up. If that's something that you guys want to look into. But before you even go to them, you guys really need to see, do your own thorough research on the subject as a whole, right? On the subject as a whole, and see like, hey, does this make sense? Look at the trends. Look at the trends from other emerging markets and see if that fits the bill for you. Okay, that's all I'll tell you guys. All I know is I don't know about hard. I'll put 30K into this. And I don't want to put no expectations on it. But once legislation passes here, which I know it will happen, I'm going to give that within 2 years or so. I will see a 10x. This company will all be 10x. Like, why should I wait 2 years from now? Oh, well, it is risky. First of all, it is risky. This is me going with a hunch. This is me going with, my findings and looking at past trends. Right? I'm going with that chart, so to speak. But at the end of the day, what else can I go with? My intuition. I got to go with that. I have to. Right? Like, when you're trying to seek out value before other people see it, there's not any real data to go with. Right? There are some data, right, which we already went over. But at the end of the day, it doesn't exist right now in the market. So how could you go with any other data other than that? You got to have smarts when it comes to this shit. Right? And I know I got smarts. I've done certain things like this in the past, and it worked out really fucking well. I just want to tell you guys, everybody wants to talk about FTX. Everyone talks about SPF. That's draining your energy, draining your time. I ain't doing none for you. This is the type of shit. My channel is about how the fuck are we going to make money in these hard times? Okay? How are we going to make money in these hard times? It's not by talking propaganda news. Okay, guys? So, again, get your damn consciousness off of that topic, because it's only weighing you down from opportunities that's out there in the world. There's opportunities everywhere. Everywhere I drive, there's a multi-million-dollar building there, another multi-million-dollar building there, a billion-dollar company here, blah, 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 right? That's just how it is. So if that's existing, that means money's fucking circulating everywhere. Let's put our hands and let's grab some for ourselves too, man. Straight up. Okay. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. So we got Dre says, all legal here in Colorado. Here we go. Boop, 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 boop. Psilocybin, Silson, DMT. What? Yo, is that the one from the frog? The Ibogani? I think that's from the frog. And mescaline. All legal here, my brother. Finally, people talking about this. Trust me, bro, Dre. Trust me. I lost people, man, watching me because I was talking about this too. And I don't care. Again, I remember when I was talking about Bitcoin back in the day too, people didn't even give a shit. And they're like, oh, this guy's crazy. The saying goes, smart mofos sound like crazy mofos to dumb mofos. Yeah, that's right. So Dre, thank you for confirming what I was already speaking of, a guy who's living in Colorado, I believe. Right, Dre? Dude, this is it right here. This is, if you guys are looking for something to invest your money in, once again, do your research. And I'll talk about the cons as well. I'll talk about one con that I thought of, but do your research. And I bet you, if you got half a brain and you believe in a lot of people say there's a lot of shit on the internet. That's true. There's a lot of shit in the educational system too. But if you have half a brain, you can weave it down and find the truth, right? That's what I did. I went to alternate media, which is YouTube. I went to self-teaching myself, and that worked out really well. And I got a lot of information from YouTube and a lot of information from some books. And that's what I'm not. Why fix it if it ain't broken, bro? Right? Straight up. Peer-to-peer knowledge is what I like to go with, not freaking controlled educational systems. That's just going to get you broke. That's going to get you unhappy because you went into something that you thought you liked but you didn't like. And the rest is just history. But I'll leave it at that. Spanky, let's get that do raise me, broski. What's up, bro? What up, my broski? You on fire again? Am I? I don't know. I'm just on coffee today. And by the way, when I did the microdose and I mixed it with coffee, it wasn't a good mix. Now let's talk about the investing standpoint the downside of that, right? So I'm talking about why I'm so bullish on this is because, again, I'll repeat this one last time. I see the same trend I saw with cannabis. But the problem one could argue is with cannabis, you know, this thing right here, psilocybin microdose, this is 1 milligram capsules or zero point 0.1 of a gram or 0.125 of a gram in some instances, cost $35 Canadian. Okay, right? And this, look, there's still 1, 2, 3, 4 in here. I did one. There's 4 in here, right? Well, I'm not going to show you guys, but there's 4 in here. And what that means is it costs little, $35, and you only need one, right? And it lasts for long. I know guys that goes through a half quarter of weed, which costs them $35 in like 5 minutes. Right? And then they'll go and buy another half quart and go through that in another 10 minutes or whatever it is. Roll up a blunt, get burnt out, eat some food, and then go smoke some more doobs, right? So what I'm trying to say is the volume of sales in marijuana and cannabis might be much more higher than this, right? So from an investing standpoint, like if you're running an operational business in this field, that might be something you want to like think of as well. But I still believe the long-term benefits, the amount of people, it's going to attract a much wider clientele base. Excuse me. It's going to attract a much wider clientele base. People who are suffering from, say, like, I was watching this documentary. This one lady had, like, breast cancer. One breast was 5 times bigger than the other breast. She took turkey tail mushrooms caps. Okay, 4 in the morning, 4 in the night. And out of 50 patients who were diagnosed with cancer, only had 3 months to live, she was the only one who survived. And we're talking about the functional mushrooms here. Okay, so that's pretty damn crazy. Pancreatic cancer as well. We're hearing that how turkey tail mushrooms could cure. Do smash the like buttons if you like that. How could you not like that? We're talking about things that the pharmaceutical industry has been keeping away from us. There are cures for everything out there that doesn't need to be made from a man-made or a corporation. Remember, corporations in the pharmaceutical industry, they're not in the business of curing people. They're not in the business in healthy people. They're in the business of people who are kind of healthy, but they still need their medicine to survive or to be dependent on. That's how they make money. It's a profit drug over there. This is a people drug, if you know what I'm saying. Okay? What we got in the chat? Mara says, what's up? How you doing, Mara? Great weekend to everyone. I agree. Hope everyone's having a great weekend. What's the name of the company? It's called Neurodose. That is N for Nigeria, E for Edward, U for umbrella, R for Robert, O for orange, D for dog, O for orange, S for snake, and E for Edward. Neurodose.ca. Check them out if you like. If you do email them, just say, hey, I heard that there is a seed round happening through a friend of mine's, Francis, and, take it from there if you like, I actually have to go see them again, and what I would love to do is probably have an interview with them. Do some form of an interview, them sitting down and really ask them some questions, man, because, man, I'm telling you guys, I'm so passionate about this. Just what it did for me, like what I felt from that one little microdose, and just been finding myself on the couch at night just watching all these documentaries, watching all these other mushroom channels, man. It's freaking awesome. It really is awesome, man. Like, just to know that how, I know so many people who are taking antidepressants, people are taking like Ritalin and all this freaking garbage drugs, bro, and like it's just worsening them, dampening them even more, scarring their their tissue, and it's not putting them in a good place. I knew a guy like a long time ago when I was growing up who committed suicide because he was on freaking antidepressants. So that's kind of stays close to me too, and had I known this before, I would have told him to try this out, probably would have saved his life, to be honest. So yeah, that's what makes this really special, and to know that how it's an emerging industry and an emerging market, that's the best time to put money in to try to make money. If you can make money off of things that is going to really benefit the world, that's what it's about. For me, back in 2017, that's what crypto was about, right? Crypto in 2017, as I say, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, decentralized currency, blockchain, open source friggin' applications. Anybody could have a business without asking, could I try? You could just go and do it yourself. It's permissionless. To me, that's going to benefit the world. And I was really excited about that, and today it's all propaganda, right? Because of, the bigger heads in the space kind of like pushing that narrative. So I don't want to make this about that, but I feel as though this is that all over again, but in a much wider, broader, widespread manner it could happen, you know. So again, we're talking about functional mushrooms, we're talking about psychoactive mushrooms, and there's also gourmet mushrooms. I've been making shiitake mushrooms with oyster mushrooms every morning for breakfast with my eggs. You know, that has massive health benefits as well. So and when we say health benefits, it sounds lame and boring, man. Again, you guys got to do it and try yourself to really understand it, man. To really understand it. It truly is a game changer, man. So I don't know, man. I see value in this overall, whether that's mentally, whether that's physically, spiritually. Like, we could talk about another topic when it comes to spiritually and financially. Bro, that's firing on all cylinders right there. You know what I mean? Mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. What? Like, the only thing missing from that is freedom, and you're going to get that from being financially free. So, I mean, like, put like this, if you have one of those components and not the others, let's just say you are spiritually free, which is one of the tops, by the way, because that's inner happiness, inner peace, right? But you're broke. But you got to go and work in a, I don't know, construction site or a factory or behind a desk, and you're always cramped up and you can't wait to go take a shit to go on your phone, and that's a highlight of your day. The highlight of your day is to go take a shit in the fucking washroom so you could go on Instagram and watch fucking Reels or YouTube or something. Like, that's a reality for people, bro. And that's sad. But you're spiritually happy. You're not really overall happy because you're missing those other components, right? But let's say that how you got money, right? Which a lot of people are going after. And once they make money, like you know, when I did, you know, and I even said before that money's not going to make you happy alone. And you don't have the spiritual aspect, you don't have the physical aspect, you don't have the mental aspect. Bro, you're fucking unhappy. You're all over the place, right? So let's just say that how you're mentally there, which is one of the more important things as well. They all are important. But you don't have the money, you don't have the spiritual side, you don't have the physical side. Bro, you got problems, man. But if you could have all of those things, you are truly happy. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I was telling my wife, when we went to Jamaica on vacation, I said, babe, honestly, like, I don't feel free. Like, normally, like, when I was working, you know, like 9 to 5, busting my ass off, and even before, when I just got a crypto, I went on vacation, I was like, yeah, cool, I went on vacation, oh my God, I can't wait to, like, you know, I don't want to go back home. Bro, I couldn't wait to get back home. But when I was there, I was like, it don't feel the same. I don't feel the same freedom here. Like, it doesn't do it for me anymore because I didn't have inner happiness. My mental state of mind was still all over the place too. So I found this, and I truly could say, guys, I swear on I have a sister that passed away. I swear on my dead sister's grave, bro. I truly feel these things. Like, it's gonna provide that for me. I truly believe that. So this is how I'm speaking from the heart, like I always do. You know, we got no script there, we got no teleprompter. We just got me spitting facts, and whatever my mind is telling me to come out is coming out. So here we go. Do smash like buttons. That sounds like a plan. Need details. Would love to distribute here in the UK. Bro, this one right here, the functional mushroom one, man, next level, bro. Just, oh my God. Just like, how do I say, man? Flow states of mind. Easily for me to articulate my thoughts. I wasn't worried about certain things that normally worry me because I could easily analyze it. I'm like, yo, it's not the end of the world, bro. Let's break it down. I was on my computer breaking down certain thing that, you know, I was going through, and before, if I wasn't, you know, taking this medicine, it was like frantic. I was like all over the place. Dude, I even stopped coffee. Only now I'm drinking coffee, right? This first time I'm drinking a cup of coffee in like probably, I don't know, 3 weeks, which is long for me. And you guys know that. I look at the size. It's a small cup, although it's a large. But I used to take the extra large cups. You guys know that. It couldn't even fit the frame of the phone, you know? So, you know, too much caffeine is no good, right? But yeah, definitely something that we're going to be looking into, you know. Don't worry, guys, this channel, again, yes, it's a crypto channel for sure, but it's also an investing channel. It's a knowledge channel. That's what we do over here, you know. And I think as though there's a lot more knowledge and opportunities out there to invest in that, you know, you guys should know of, right? I'm not saying to go do it, but you should at least know it exists out there, and that's why I'm here, right? As I told you guys, I think a little bit differently than most people in this space. Most people in this space are just repetitive. They copy each other's titles, headlines, fucking content, talk about a rubbish. FTX this, FTX that, man. Come on, man. Close the door on that garbage now. You know, let's try to better ourselves as human beings. Let's try to, you know, make our mental health, our physical, spiritual, our bank accounts grow. Right? That's what we should be talking about here. We should have this one, you know, consciousness together, man. And I feel as though when we talk about this negativity and this toxicity, it just separates us, divides us, and we get nothing out of it, man. And crypto, it was supposed to be the opposite. Crypto was supposed to unite us all, right? Like, what is crypto too? Another problem in crypto is what blockchain is the best. Cardano is the best. Polkadot's the best. Ethereum's the best. Heck, Pulse Chain is the best. Bro, the fucking banks are laughing at all of you guys fighting each other, just like what they do with us here in the real world. Like, I'm a brown guy from the Caribbean. I know a black guy from Africa, a white guy from Europe, a Chinese guy from China. But, I don't know him. Look at him, bro. This chink, or this honky, or this negro, or this coolie boy, Right? Oh, let's go fight them, right? Let's go to war. Let's go to war with this person, with this country. That's what crypto is right now. The same way the government fucked us all up here in the real world, they're fucking us up over there now. So, not really the government, but, the way our mentalities are in that space needs to change. You agree? You're right on track, my friend. Pizza says, appreciate you. Any other questions, do ask them. It could be about anything about this topic here or what have you. Guys, once again, I'm going to keep on saying this. Go do your research on this subject, okay? Psilocybin start off with this. Psilocybin microdosing benefits. Please do yourself a favor, bro. If you don't care about your own mental health, your own brain, then you don't really have self-love. Again, you could guide the horse to the water, but you can't force it to drink. Okay? That's all. It's like if somebody was to ask you to please go look into Bitcoin, please go look into decentralized currency the first time, you'd be like, what the hell is this guy talking about? That's what terrorists use. Silk Road. That's what drug dealers use. Why would I do that? Sitting there right now, oh, that's what hippies use. Oh, that's what drug abusers use. That's all bullshit, bro. It's all bullshit. Another reason why they put that stigma out there is because what I just said. This thing is inexpensive. It's abundant, meaning it's all around us. It grows in all climates in the world other than Antarctica. There's over 2 million species of it. There's no money in it. So the pharmaceutical industry has to slap it with something as a Schedule 1 drug back in the 70s. Because if people catch on to the true benefits of it, they don't need them. And they ain't going to make money. They want you to take their antidepressants, man. Right? So that's the reality of it. We all know the government and pharmaceutical industries, companies rather, are crooks. They're not in for human advancement. They're in for profiting. They're profiteers, guys. Okay? I think we all have this shared belief because we're in crypto. We're in crypto, yeah, people want to make money, but it's also because we lost faith in government. We lost faith in educational system, at least I did. And we lost faith in certain pharmaceutical drugs. Well, certain all. You know what I mean? It don't work. You go to the doctor doesn't even know what's wrong with you. You got to tell him what's wrong. Then he's like, okay, here you go. Write you something on a piece of paper. Go take that. You're a number. It's a joke, bro. It's a joke. So let's talk about the other side of it, which we didn't talk of. We talked about the mental states. We talked about the financial opportunity. We talked about the physical states, which was the cordyceps mushrooms, which athletes take, which I actually took too when I was working. I had so much more stamina than ever before. I couldn't believe it. And this thing works so fast too, bro. It's crazy. The spiritual side of it might lose a lot of people here, but once again, I don't give a shit. It's the truth. People talk about taking large doses of this, and ironically enough, guys, there's a very popular place in Jamaica. In Jamaica, this thing is legal, and exactly where I was staying in Montego Bay, there's a popular retreat that I saw in a documentary when I came back, where people fly down there, and they're in a very controlled environment. They have these shaman leaders there. They got all the mycologists as well. Mycologists are mycelium experts. Mycelium is a part of the mushroom ecosystem, and they're all there, and they were taking about 5 grams. And people who went through a lot of shit, dude, we're not talking about kids. We're talking about everybody there were about 45, 50, 55, 60, bro. And there were government workers, leaders and politicians were there. So you had to blur people's faces. So what does this tell me? In this day and age what we all live in, it's such a fast-paced world where we really don't have time to just to just take it all in and like how our grandparents lived. Things were much slower. So that now stresses our minds. It's stress. We're all stressed out to a certain degree, some form of stress or anxiety or something. The little things can get us depressed, right? So in this day and age, I think everyone could benefit from this. That's what blows my mind too. But back to the spiritual aspect. Now, do smash the like buttons. I appreciate that. People would take these things, and it's almost like for example, when I moved from Trinidad to Canada when I was 11, that was like when at the time I didn't realize it. It didn't seem like a big step in my life. It was somewhat traumatic because, I remember I was in grade 7 and, that's when I moved here, and I was a short little guy. I had an accent, and all these kids were making fun of me, right? Which I didn't really care, my accent and this and that, and they used to pick on me. They used to snow job me, throw me on the ground, fucking beat me up and all this stuff. And, that was traumatic for me. And then after I grew up and I started beating them up. But, but my point is like, whatever your trauma is, what you experienced, maybe you had a relative who passed away, maybe you had a dog that passed away, maybe you lost a job, no matter the level of it, it affects you. Maybe you got school exams that's stressing you out. This thing, if you do a hero dose, they call it, like 5 grams, it pretty much, you revisit all of these things in your past that troubled you, and you're confronted with them, okay, with these visuals, and it feels so real that you're actually like revisiting them in the flesh, and what happens from there now is when you come out of this altered state of consciousness, it almost feels like you did like 1,000 years of therapy, and your brain has been reset back to before you experienced this trauma, if you understand what I'm saying. So you're like reborn again, bro. You feel reborn again. Fighters in kickboxing, they actually take this shit, and like some of them are saying that how they could sense what the next move is from the opponent, right? It has a dramatic connection with our brains, guys. You put this under a microscope, and it is identical to serotonin. The antidepressants that they give us, it attacks the same sort of like network in the brain where serotonin is, but it does much more harm than this in long term, with tissue scarring and such, okay? So this thing, that alone should blow your mind. To know that how this compound replicates, it is identical to this. And if we really want to get deep down the rabbit hole, where I might lose a lot of people here, so let me take a sip for this. Listen to this. Mycelium is pretty much looks like a cobweb, but it's underground, it's all over. So every step you take has mycelium, and it's intelligent, okay? It's smart. It has a consciousness. There was a scientific study I think they did in Tokyo, something about the underground subway system where they put the mycelium, and the mycelium was able to detect how to get out of it, but on its own like this, and it was moving around, bro, literally where the train tracks were or something like that. So it has proven to be a true consciousness. Now, they found a mushroom in Brazil that dated back 650, I think it was billion years ago. So that now says that this was the first thing that ever existed. It was the first thing that ever existed on planet Earth, guys. And I'm going to get real deep down the rabbit hole right now, okay? So if we know this thing is smart, it's intelligent, it has a consciousness, just because it doesn't speak English freaking language doesn't mean it's not, it can't communicate. Right? Doesn't mean, you know what I mean? It doesn't speak words. Doesn't mean that how it isn't alive. We all know that. So if it was existed 680 billion or 50 billion years ago, the first thing ever here, it has a lot of wisdom. It has a lot of wisdom, right? It knows how everything operates, how everything grows, how everything, is conducted, consciousness, the universe, all that shit. It must know that if it was the first thing here. Right? Once again, if you look at like societies in the past, I'll give you an example, right? Put like this. If they had an alien civilization on planet XYZ that existed 1 million years before us, then what does that mean? They are 1 million years more advanced than us. Right? They're probably doing teleportation, all kinds of shit right now. We are still driving like fossil fuels cars. So the same is true for this thing. It has a consciousness, it has wisdom. People consume it and they get all these answers. They go into this thing with an intent, right? So say like for me, like let's just say my YouTube business, right? I want to know how could I be a better presenter? How could I do this thing? I could like these are my problems. So this is a very small example, right? You go into that with this intent, and these things are confronted with you, man. Like it's crazy, and it gives you the right answers. This is the spiritual side. I'm just saying, right? And this is what people are swearing by, like Terrence McKenna. He's a very philosophical guy into psychedelics, passed away. All these guys are saying these things for years. And by the way, my first ever video was on psychedelics, okay, on YouTube in 2010. Okay, go check it out. I was going to say go check it out, but don't check it out. I had my long hair with a ponytail and shit. I was in like my mom's basement, dingy ass dungeon. So I already was on this path. So that's like, just in in a nutshell, that is the spiritual side of this thing as well. And this is the next thing. Hear this. What happens when we die? So science now is coming out saying that how the human beings, everything comes from fungi. Everything comes from fungi. Fungus is what they're saying now. Okay? These are the new findings. You guys need to understand when new archaeological discoveries or mycologist finds new things that could kind of test the status quo, you're not going to hear about it. You're not going to hear about that on the news, right? You're just not. So what they're saying now is, if that's the case and everything came from that, what the fuck is God then? And when we die, right, they put us in a coffin, we go 6 feet under, and what happens? Our body decays. And if you ever saw a time lapse of, say, something like decaying, like a dead body of some description or a fruit, it decays, and what happens? It goes back into the soil. And what is mycelium? Mycelium is in the soil, and it comes in the decomposed body, and it just fucking absorbs it all over again. I'm not saying that's what happens when we die, this and that, but from a scientific reality standpoint, you cannot refute that. So that's a connection in itself. Like, we go back to this fungi when we go in this coffin and we decay in our body, and like it comes and it consumes us again. Like, what the fuck, bro? So that's the spiritual side. I don't know if I lost some of y'all, but that's what I've been reading up as well. I'm reading up on the investing, the mental health, the physical health, and also the spiritual health. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. You got Pastor TCL in the house preaching. Yo, home house tricks. Happy Christmas, bro. Yo, what's up, Mavic? Happy Merry Christmas to you as well. Merry Christmas. It's sold in health food grocery stores. Yeah, so once again, right, when you're dealing with any sort of like, say, medicine or supplement, organic or what have you, you have to make sure that the company is using, the real products, the organic products. So there's a guy called Paul Statements. You guys probably heard of him. He's one of he's a mycologist as well, one of the leading pioneers in this field. He has his own products through Host Defense that I use, which is Lion's Mane, Rishi. So that's not these products. Lion's Mane, which is for your brain function, cognitive enhancement, so on and so forth, memory recall. Rishi, which is for your heart, and also now cordyceps mushrooms. And there's another one that I'm taking in there too, the chaga. Chaga is pretty good too, right? So I would say if you guys want to try that out, that might be one of the top ones because it's a proven product as well, and the guy's pretty legit. Again, when it comes to this sort of category, whether that's even like the supplements for working out, you have to make sure that the ingredients in these supplements are actually true and organic, and they're not putting a lot of filler in there, So definitely, make sure if you're going to go down that route to try it out, that how you did your research on the actual company selling the supplements as well. One that I could vouch for myself, once again, I'll repeat that, is called Host Defense, Lion's Mane and such. Turkey tail one is crazy. I'm taking the turkey tail one just recently, about 2 days ago now. Turkey tail mushrooms, which is functional mushrooms. Mike Tyson swears by them. Bro, listen to this. I saw a podcast last night. A former UFC fighter, Rashad Evans. If you guys know UFC, Rashad Evans, the black guy. Him and another guy in Colorado is starting their functional mushroom business, bro. Dude, I got money to invest, bro. Like I got money to invest, but if I was to actually run an operational business, bro, in this field, it's going to take away a lot of my time, bro. Maybe I'll have to get employees, like very low, maybe 3 employees, and have them run it. Get packaging done, get marketing done. That's a local business though, right? For me, my recipe to really be successful from a from a profiting standpoint, although this is not only for profiting. This is for, value and benefit for the world. But from a business standpoint, I always wanted something that was digital and global. Now, when this becomes legal in Canada, it could be nationwide, but that's still limiting my, my conversions and sales, But again, I got my metaverse, for that, and, that's global, that's digital, my whole, the experience that I'm building over there that you guys know in Sandbox, still going to be doing that full throttle, Metropolitans as well, full throttle. So I got that, and then maybe I need something local here that I could also have to, get a nice revenue and also, put value out to the world too. But the other one that has the functional mushroom blend could probably be exported internationally. So Guys, look, there's money to be made. If you go on Google Trends right now, you put in Paul Statement's mushroom, what's it? Paul Statement's microdosing mushroom stack, where stack means when you combine different mushroom components together. So what he likes to do is put psilocybin point 0.1, which is a microdose, that's a psychoactive compound, with lion's mane and B3 together. That's going to give you, that's going to put a lot of blood flow to the brain and everything, and it's going to make you feel like a superhuman. That's what he does. That's trending right now. Okay, you guys know how we like to do it, bro. You know, we don't follow the trends. We like to set the trends, man. Remember who you heard it from first. That's all I gotta tell y'all, like I always do. Broski, I heard that the shrooms help addicts. Yep, get off hard drugs as well. It does. It does. Those shrooms, the psilocybin, people who are like, say, doing, heroin or cocaine or crack or even alcohol, right? They do that, they're off, bro, after one dose. They don't think about it for 6 months or so, you know? If they try these other drugs, it has a 65% rate of them quitting. They said that how the other drugs that helps with addiction only has a 35% rate. Man, this shit's powerful, boys and girls. This shit's powerful. Very, very, very powerful. And like when I find powerful things, I can't keep it to myself. I'm a rat like that. I gotta rat it out to everybody. You know, I just like to share info, man. I thought Spanky and it would be dependent on what they're withdrawing. No, Mavic, it's true. It's true. That is 100% true. Go check it out. Do your research. But does psilocybin mushrooms help with addiction? Go see. That's the number one thing it does. Okay? That's one of the other, that's another benefit of why people take them. Lights up on the parts of your brain you have not activated in years. Assimilation remains after. There you go. Exactly. And it's not, listen, one thing I have to, I didn't talk about, guys, sorry. That's very important. And stupid me for not mentioning this. When you take this psychoactive compound and you're feeling the benefits as you're taking it, right? These benefits of, not feeling depressed, not feeling anxiety, coming off of addiction, feeling more memory recall, having more cognitive abilities, being more motivated, all these things don't last only when you're taking it. It lasts after the fact as well. You know what I'm saying? So like with coffee, if I drink coffee, well, I'm going to get the benefits of coffee as I'm drinking it. But then after that, it crashes. This is not how this works. This works after the fact too, which makes it even more crazy in a good way, if you know what I'm saying. Third eye activation, exactly. Oh my God, bro, you just reminded me of something. So in that same building where I went to invest into this company, and they're going to give me their pitch deck and their business plan next week. He asked me if I wanted to try something, and I was like, okay, what? He's like, I don't know what he called it. I forget. I think it was light therapy, and it was pretty much this room. It was a very peaceful setting. It was a dark room. Sorry, it's getting cold. It was a dark room, and it had like these stars, like it was a projection of stars on the ceiling and such, and like a universe sort of like feel. And there was like this yoga mat with a pillow, and he just asked me to lie down. He's like, I think it was light therapy, he said, and it had all these different spectrum of light coming out of this thing. And he goes, this is how we, people are interested in this field who don't want to take any sort of compound and consume it. They do this. And it's like the same experience they would get on a larger dose without taking the dose. So I said, sure, let's try it out. Bro, I laid down on this thing. I put on these headphones. It was like music of, I don't know, a native Indian or something. It was like a different language. Very beautiful music. Soothing to the brain and the mind and very peaceful. I put it on and I went back on the pillow like this, and they had this light from this projection or something, and it was like, first it was white and yellow, and bro, right here, you see this? I was gonna make a joke, but no. But right here, where your pineal gland is, bro, I shit you not, TCLers, bro, this thing was like vibrating or something, and I was just like, oh shit, like I literally was telling myself, I was like, oh shit. I felt this stimulating vibration feeling that I can't really explain, but it felt freaking amazing. And the color spectrum were like different, like poof, poof. And then they had this like bluish, greenish kind of one that really caught me off guard. And it just took me to another place, bro. Like that's how I felt, I swear to God. And it just felt really relieving, just very soothing. And I did that for about 10 minutes, and there's all these different colors too, right? So and when I got up, felt like if my third eye was activated, like what this guy was saying. But yeah, like that company is special, man. That's all I could say. It's very special. Very, very, very special. So I was blown away when I went. Luckily, I went to visit them, or else I would have never seen all of this. I was going to do a Zoom call with them, but I'm very, very fortunate that I went down there. And I'm definitely going to be using their ozone sauna and their infrared sauna too. Yo, what's up, Bit Dutch Crypto? What's up? Love this. Thanks for the psilocybin tip. Yo, dude, you're in freaking Netherlands, bro. So I know they got it over there. I don't know. It's going to be harder maybe to invest there because things has already been legal there, and those companies already seen some nice growth. But from a mental health standpoint, bro, it might be something to look into, right? Just for personal development. It's not always about financial gains. It's about personal development as well. Okay, and universe 13.8 billion years old. So let's keep it real here. Yeah, so maybe it was 650 million. Sorry, yeah, about the fungi, right? Not billion, 650 million years. Go check it out. Mushroom they found in Brazil, whatever the real stat is. Sorry, yeah. I mean, yeah. So my apologies for that. Not billion. So check it. Well, and who says the universe is 4.5 billion years old? Scientists? Fuck do they really know? So, but no, I get what you're saying. But 650 million years, I believe what it was. Okay, so go check that out. Google it right now, and I'll wait. The oldest mushroom found in Brazil. How much million years ago was that? Right, check it out, and I'll wait for that Google search result. How's it going? Iba says, yeah. Well, as you can see, it's going really well. We got here. Got to go see you guys later. No problem. Mike Tyson eats tons of... Mike Tyson. Yeah, Mike Tyson is a joker, bro. I was watching him. He's a businessman now. So he got into the cannabis industry. And now he's getting into... Listen, a lot of the smart money's coming into this space, boys. That's what I'm trying to show you. A lot of the smart money's coming into the psilocybin space. Okay, guys? Has any crypto YouTuber talked to you guys about these things? Forget psilocybin, but personal development. Other materials and knowledge that can actually help you. Miachrome is everywhere. We are part of it. Miachrome. I read it. Don't worry. I saw you delete it. Maybe you misspelled. Yeah. So somebody wants to search it up for me right now. That mushroom that they found in Brazil. Pretty sure it should be on Google. No, man. I moved to Thailand. This is my phone account. I'm looking on laptop and mobile now. Cool. You're in Thailand, eh? Cheaper cost of living, I guess. Keith? Who's Keith? Keith does them? Yeah, I don't know who that is. Okay, guys. I don't know if you pull it up within the next 1 minute. That'll be great. If not, I'm gonna call it a day in terms of live streaming. I gotta go and get some Christmas gifts on a Saturday. The worst day to do it. Keith Waring. Oh shit! I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, Keith. Oh, Keith Waring. Okay, he's a crypto YouTuber. Okay, yeah. I think he trades and shit. Yeah. There you go. I mean, like, look, the microdosing thing, people knows of that. That's pretty knowledgeable. But again, it goes deeper than just microdosing, right? Once you could educate yourself on the microdosing side, and then you're going to learn something newer about it, and then a next benefit, and then it just blows your mind. So. Amazon dog, Keith Waring, cool. Oh, I thought that was box mining for a second. Boxing now. That's good, man. Well, hey, there you go. That's good. People are spitting facts too, man. That's great. I don't know if they're talking about all of this or they're just saying, hey, I do microdosing or what, but guys, I'm gonna tell you, man, this is a business opportunity and a half for us to bank some coin and also put out value to the world, to relieve us from the slavery, to go back to organic compounds and not to be dependent on pharmaceutical drugs. I'm all for that. It's all about, empowering the masses. Know what I mean? Okay, so nobody's searching that for me. I don't know if anybody's searching that for me. Maybe I'll put a community post on it when I find it. And this was from Paul's statements too, the gentleman who contested me about how old the universe is. But this was from Paul's statements as well, who is a mycologist, right? Very respected person in the field. And being a scientist in the field, you got nothing to gain but everything to lose in terms of your reputation if you speak about these things out loudly. And he don't give a shit. He's about the truth too.
Told me, Jay, when I gotta meet them Jews, but invest in other things.
What, you heard that? You heard that? Oh! Listen. Guys, listen to this. Listen.
Name keeps bubbling, man, them troubling. Probably vex cause the girl keeps hollering. Gee, I gotta make this money right now, I can't beef cause the cash keeps bubbling. Popo told me, Jay, when I gotta make them trees, but invest in other things. Grind hard.
Popo told me I gotta make those trees, but invest into other things. So when you make your money, when you make your profits, you best be investing into other things. And that's what we be doing over here. I want to tell you guys one last thing too before I drive off. I think I'm actually going to do a hero dose, maybe on sometime during the Christmas holidays. You know? So my video that I uploaded about 10 years ago on YouTube or more was on DMT, dimethyltryptamine. That was the psychedelic I was fixated on back then, and I still am today. I kind of went full circle. I was always told myself, right? I tell you guys this too. If money wasn't a problem, what would you do with yourself? Because you get bored. When you make money, got time, you get bored. You know, you got to do something, right? Meaningful. This is for me right here, man. This is, I will probably not only invest, but go full blown into this field here. Because now that I see it's becoming accepted. 10, 11 years ago, I looked like a crackhead talking about this shit. Just like how I sound like a crazy nutcase talking about Bitcoin in 2017. But right now, this has become more accepted. So it's easier for us to transition into this as a businessman. So I definitely see myself going into this field. And that's that, guys. That's all I have for y'all for today, really.
Next to my line, then you will get aired, cause I ain't got time.
Yeah, my point is this, sorry. I'm actually going to do a hero dose, I believe, during the Christmas holidays at some point. We'll see. We'll see. You know, and that's 5 grams of psilocybin, okay? In a controlled environment with a, you know, a shaman or an expert in the field. Real talk.
Can't beef cause the cash keeps bubbling. Popo told me, Jay, when I gotta make them tunes, but invest in other things. Grind hard, be smart, keep hustling. TikTok, be quick, don't fall.
Gotta be smart, be hustling.
Net worth's under $1 million, then you must be puzzled. And fuck being humble. When I tried that, and I didn't get fuck all. Man, speak with a chest, don't mumble. Squad too strong, one wave, don't stumble. Every time I step on the stage, just so uncle. Never do a minimum wage, I won't crumble. Gee, stop talking shit. Talking loose online, but live in the flesh, you were calling quits. More time, man, really on passo, so I kick back with a gorgeous chick. And my bro just sent me a pack, so I checked to the lab and I made it. Flip bed, talk on the track, but you ain't on piss. Text on my line, then you will get aired, cause I ain't got time today. She came to my crib, I just gave her this dick, now she's feeling the type of way. She's living a mile away, jump in your Uber and drive away. And if you try to call me the night, respond and I'm probably counting pips. For the new Mercedes, now she's steady begging for the passion. Young nigga fly than a heli, I can get chick, can't flash. Pull up quickly, take your bubble quickly, bet you won't do nothing, you're patty. Sipping liquor with the family. Where's the party, send the addy. 40,000 for the new Mercedes, now she's steady begging for the passy. Young nigga fly than a heli, I can take a chick, can't flash. Pull up quickly, take your bubble quickly, bet you won't do nothing. Sipping liquor with the family. Where's the party, send the addy. If you ever thought J1 paid 15 for a beat, then you must be stupid. Fucking idiot. I was on my door trying to get things moving. Independent boy man's moving. Too juicy, black boy with a smooth skin. Big stack in the bank, who's losing? Get food and flip that, get juicing. Sit back with the gang, too cruisy. 2 groupies wanna come get loosey. Can't trust if you fuck with a pop, that's spooky. 2 chicks on a whip, 1 light skin with a big back, comping like Snoochie. Thank God every day can't suit.